Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. SAG-AFTRA Actors Union has voted to strike.
The SAG-AFTRA National Board announced a strike, and it begins at midnight. Actors are fighting for residual pay from streaming and the unregulated use of AI. The president of SAG-AFTRA, Fran Drescher, spoke just moments ago.
This negotiation be covered because the eyes of the world, and particularly the eyes of labor, are upon us. What happens here is important.
A lot of people will look to this and go, why the f are these famous actors striking? They make so much money. And that there is an opportunity to like utilize that and weaponize it against unionization in general, which is what a lot of the media does. Because of that, there is also someone that has to be on the other side of that, combating this kind of misinformation and getting other workers to recognize that they also could benefit from more workplace negotiations. And the only method of doing that is, of course, through labor organizing. Which actors do you think are going to come out as anti-union? Likely, easy answer, Chris Pratt. No actor will come out as anti-union. No, dude, they're a part of SAG-AFTRA. You're SAG-AFTRA. You're crazy. No, here's what will happen. They'll make subtle remarks. Oftentimes, older actors will make subtle remarks that are like in the middle, like Tom Hanks. He'll say something along the lines of like, unions are really powerful and really good, but honestly, you know, we also need to make sure that we don't go too far. Something along those lines. They'll never just straight up come out and be like, this union is shit. It's dog shit. Fuck the union. They won't. They're literal members of the union. I think one of the things that was truly unhinged was when the AMPTP openly stated, like some of the heads of studios openly stated, we will wait this out until some of you become homeless. That is a truly, truly insane, unhinged, giving the game away ass beat right there. You know what I mean? It's like the top of the hour ad break. It's open and shut. At the top of the hour, you're going to see a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, right? So for a boss to very openly, open and shut, you know, black and white, on no uncertain terms, directly tell you what they are planning to do, it's crazy. It's crazy to me, right? Well, don't fear. Like I said, you can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky, if you want to avoid the crazy 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour. Matt Damon with a middle ground take. From what I understand, they cut it before he was done with his full take, okay? That's what people are saying.
Ben and I just started this little independent studio, and you know, we're 3.5 movies in. We're shut down on one of them right now. We're just waiting for everything to resolve. So, and it's you know, it's brutal for our sister unions. It's brutal for IATSE. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's going to be tough for the actor, for 160,000 actors. So nobody wants a work stoppage. But if our leadership is saying that the deal isn't fair, then we gotta hold strong till we get a deal that's fair for working actors. For, you know, it's the difference between having health care and not for a lot of actors, and we got to do what's right by them.
Wait, he didn't say anything bad. This is not anti-union. Matt also said if our leadership is saying the deal isn't fair, then we got to hold strong until we get a deal that's working for actors. There's a difference between having health care and not for a lot of actors, and we got to do what's right by them. That's not middle of the road at all. No, you guys just read the Deadline Hollywood. You didn't watch the video. You read the Deadline Hollywood quote, which quoted him halfway to make it seem like he is against the strike. Matt Damon at the Oppenheimer Theater says the Hollywood labor strikes will be brutal for actors in his own production company, which has shut down one of his company's films. This is 1,000% sensationalist propaganda. They're doing this on purpose. They did it with this one too. That's so funny that they're just like, Kenneth Branagh on the Hollywood labor strikes. I hope as everyone does it, that it resolves itself quickly. It's truly amazing how Deadline takes every actor's very pro-work stoppage sentiment quote and trims it to sound anti-work stoppage. It's like when they make it look like Homer Simpson said, sweet, sweet can, only in real life over and over again.
But it does, that it resolves itself quickly, but it's such a critical time in our industry, the implications of what's happening with that agreement.
That's so funny that the media is not working alongside labor unions. This is why I love strikes in industries that are highly visible. Okay? This is why I love it personally, because it's a wonderful opportunity for a lot of people to see the true nature of labor press coverage for the most part, with obvious exceptions, and the true nature of how capital owners work against the workers. Because Matt Damon is insanely famous. Everyone wants to hear what Matt Damon has to say. People are going to be paying a lot more attention to Matt Damon than they do to the UPS strikes that are about to happen, right? Here's Bob Iger, who makes $27 million a year, complaining that writers and actors aren't realistic in their demands, refuse to answer what's unrealistic, and admits a strike will be devastating. Yes, that's how strikes work. That's why they're effective.
Speaking of content, we're in the midst of a writer's strike, and very likely it would seem to have a actors' strike. How is that going to impact things, and what are your expectations there?
Well, I think it's very disturbing to me. We've talked about disruptive forces on this business and all the challenges that we're facing and the recovery from COVID, which is ongoing. It's not completely back. This is the worst time in the world to add to that disruption. I understand any labor organization's desire to work on the behalf of its members to get the most compensation, to be compensated fairly based on the value that they deliver. We managed as an industry to negotiate a very good deal with the Directors Guild that reflects the value that the directors contribute to this great business. We wanted to do the same thing with the writers, and we'd like to do the same thing with the actors. There's a level of expectation that they have that is just not realistic. And they are adding to a set of challenges that this business is already facing that is, quite frankly, very disruptive.
So they're not being realistic?
Dangerous. No, they're not.
Why not?
I can't answer that question. I respect their right and their desire to get as much as they possibly can in compensation for their people. I completely respect that. I've been around long enough to understand that dynamic.
Do you, though?
And to appreciate it. But
that's awesome. Oh, no, totally. I do. But also, I am literally the main guy. Like, single-handedly, because this is how corporations work, unlike how labor unions work, because labor unions are democratic. Labor union leaders are voted for that position. Labor union contracts that they negotiate for are ratified through the democratic process. Bob Iger and capitalist corporations don't work in that same regard. He quite literally tomorrow could be like, fuck this shit. We're done. We're done with the strike. We're capitulating. We're caving to your demands. They're very reasonable. And we're just going to go and offer you all of your demands, which literally the sum total of which, for the WGA at least, is $420 million. It's literally like Zaslav and Bob Iger's salaries combined, okay? It's a blip. It's an accounting error for these multi-billion-dollar studios. And yet they still are like, nope, not going to do it. So understand that they're pumping and dumping a shitload more into whatever dumbass project that's never going to get launched. They're losing and forgetting more money. They're hiding more money in accounting errors, famously Hollywood accounting, so they can get tax breaks than giving $400+ million to the Writers Guild. $400 million back in the revenue that they are generating, for the record. Bob Iger could literally stop all this tomorrow. Oh, yeah, for the record, where is he saying this? Oh, it's Sun Valley Billionaires Camp, of course. That's right. More than 40 CEOs and investors and industry leaders have began arriving at Sun Valley, Idaho on July 11th. This is famously where I believe Amazon or Jeff Bezos decided to purchase the Washington Post. This is where all the billionaires get together. They love this. They love this kickoff. They love going to Sun Valley. Maybe you could take $17 million a year in the extra tank and pay the people who think up and write, illustrate, create product that brings them so much money. $25 million of his $27 is stock. So you want to give non-Disney writers Disney stock as a payment instead of cash? Dude, that's crazy. Dude, there's no other way to do this. First of all, the reason why his payment is in stock is because there are tax benefits to it. You're such a idiot. But of course, what am I expecting from a guy? Wait, is this like ETH? Does that mean he's like a crypto guy? I don't know. He's a guy who bought stupid ass Twitter Blue. God, I hate how stupid people are. I find myself getting more and more upset